Grumpy Prosperity Team for this week's episode of Grow Your Mind and Money. And tonight we are interviewing Onney Law. She is the CEO and president of Onney Publishing and Performances. Now, Onney has experienced the other side of the mountain, the valley, and the mountaintop, and has used those challenges to provide opportunities for artists of all types to succeed and exceed expectations. Onney is a champion for humanity. And, of course, it is time for some spoken word to kick off our show from you-know-who, Shanie, the original Sunshine Princess of poetry.
Thank you, Quiet Storm. Hey, it's Shanie the poet, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. And as always, we have something awesome for you tonight. I figured I'd go back and dig in the archive and see what we can pull up special for you. DJ, that mic is hot.
Yes, he loves me. From my head to my toes, all the way through to my soul. My flaws, my imperfections are perfect. What you call mistakes, he calls lessons. What you call luck, I call blessings. So no, I'm not restless. I know that I'm destined to shed a few tears, and no, I don't mean 3. I mean as many as it takes, because each tear will give me clarity. Allow me to see clearly that I am made in his image. Shown how to give and taught how to receive what he has to offer me. He loves me. They ask me, do I believe? Well, if you have to ask that question, then you really don't know me. But he knows me. He knows how to console me. He knows how to move me. I know with him, I'm never lonely. With him, I'm never hungry, because he feeds my mind, body, and soul. And I'm full of the knowledge that he gives, and I'm thankful for the nourishment that he provides my inner being. He shows me how to find things that I think are missing, because he says that I'm complete. He's just adjusting me. That's how I found peace. He taught me how to truly love me, reminding me that my body is my temple, and yes, it is that simple. I'm covered by his grace, so I'm not afraid to face my yesterdays, my todays, or my tomorrows, realizing that I am on borrowed time, his timeline. And you may not recognize, but that means that I'm doing just fine. I'm no longer just trying to survive. I'm living life, and I'm free. Free from the nightmares that used to haunt me, and free from the demons that used to taunt me. But he released me and let me know that it's okay to be me. I don't have to pretend to be something or someone else, because I'm exactly what he made me to be. He loves me. And even when I've only managed to give him half, he gives me himself whole. He said that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So when people hurt me, he knows. He whispers when the battle's not mine, so I don't have to waste precious time. My, his love is good. Have you tried him? See, he can do what no man or woman can ever do for me. He truly loves me. So I love him for always being there. His gentleness in showing me that he cares. I know he may not come when I call him, but he's always there. I love him for keeping me safe in his warm embrace. He has never forsaken me, never just left me. Do you see how he has kept me? Open your eyes and see how he's kept you. Do you know that he loves you? I do. I truly do. And I know that he loves me too. So let me say this to everyone so they can hear me clearly. He loves me. I don't know what he sees in me, but I know that he loves me. He loves me. He loves me.
Yes, baby. You better know that he loves you.
Snap.
Speechless.
And I still can't hold any singing notes, but that's all right, because he still loves me.
I loved that piece, Shanie. I really loved that piece, Shanie.
Thank you very much. I already know. That's what's up. So before we continue, it is time for Money Making Thoughts from the awesome Ronnie B. Take it away.
All right. Enveloped in his love. Perfect. Bring good thoughts to life. If you think you're feeling better, guess what? You're feeling better. Your mind is powerful. Just imagine how you can put that power to positive use in your life. When you think of what makes you happy, it makes you happy. Think of how good it feels to love, to laugh, to give kindness and encouragement, and discover yourself doing more of those things. Thinking by itself does not make it so. Fortunately, that's where you come in. Your thinking leads you to make it so. Your thinking reminds you how great life can be and encourages you to fulfill those rich possibilities. So go ahead and think beautiful, empowering, enjoying, and fulfilling thoughts. Then delight in the experience of bringing those good thoughts to life. What I've learned about myself and growing my mind when it comes to the thing, bring good thoughts to life, and the action I will take is I have learned that when I bring a good thought forward, it has a way of pulling everything along with it. And the more good thoughts I have, the more actions I'm free to take. The action that I will take this week is when I have a good thought, I'm going to write it down. And at the end of the day, look at how many good thoughts I actually had. Now, I'll see you later on the show, but right now it's time for our special interview with Onney. Nakia, Empress of Faith, over to you. You're welcome.
Wow, Ronnie, that was powerful. Loved it, absolutely loved it. Write it down. Okay, in this part of the show, we will learn about a challenge Lenora faced, Onney faced, in having her dreams fulfilled, a challenge that knocked the winds out of her sails. Somehow, some way, she kept going and turned that challenge from seeing defeat, from seeming defeat, to victory. Thank you, Laura. Onney, my apologies.
That's
For
okay.
being on the show tonight. Absolutely.
Well, so the crowd won't be confused. Of course, my name is Lenora Laws Jackson. I was recently married, but I do go by the name of Onney, as it means to desire to be great. That is the meaning behind the name. Now, as far as going into some of the challenges, I would love to be able to go through quite a few, but I'll just focus on one in particular that seemed to help me. Back in 2003.
Wait. Hey, give me a moment. Let me ask you a question first, so the audience will know, kind of where we're going and, what our focus is with this particular segment. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions so we can kind of get to know you and get a little background, if that's all right with you, ma'am.
That sounds fine to me.
Perfect, and thank you so much for the explanation so, we and as well as our audience members will understand the significance of Onney. So, Onney, please share with us an incident or time in your life that knocked the winds out of your sails, when the going got even rougher and you felt like you were lost. Please be as specific as possible so we can truly appreciate what you were experiencing.
Well, like I was saying, I was at the peak of my career in 2003. And in 2004, I suffered from having surgery on my tailbone, which essentially left me paralyzed. And at that time, I was, 24. I felt like I was at the prime of my career as far as my life, married with children, career going strong as far as Onney and my, I had not developed my publishing company at that time, but that's where my dream had manifested around that time. Well, when I was told that when I woke up in ICU, I was told that, I may not be able to walk again, and if so, I was to walk again, it would be with assistance. So you can only imagine how I felt at the prime of my life, at the prime of my career, at the prime of my marriage, at the prime of everything, to completely go from being completely independent to completely codependent on, having someone make sure I eat and help me go to the restroom and those things of that nature. It's enough to make anyone begin having self-doubt. And at that time, I remember very, very specifically what I went through, and that was something that just knocked the wind out of me because I felt like there was no coming back.
Wow.
In essence, not to add insult to injury and no shade on my ex, no at all, but at the time he did tell me, he had not signed up to be with a handicap. So essentially, not only did I lose my ability to walk, my husband walked along with that ability. So I found myself a single mom with 3 kids on a walker, still having to push forward.
Wow.
So I can't really, a lot of people don't know that about me, but, it is a very big testimony, and that, that test turned into a testimony, and that mess is a message now.
Well, let me ask you this. During that time that you were dealing with this particular situation and those experiences, did you blame other people, your circumstances or yourself or even your ex for walking out on you?
Yes, at one point, I even blamed other people when the incident happened because I was told that it was something that was unheard of because I had purulent fluid on my tailbone, but I was working 12-hour days doing software development, developing a software package for Papa's Restaurant. And by me sitting down 12 hours a day in front of a computer, it was putting too much pressure on my spine. And I wasn't heavy, so I didn't understand, but, it doesn't matter. People think that a sit-down job doesn't have, repercussions, but apparently it has very big repercussions because I was sitting down too many hours a day, and I was not paying attention to my body, saying that I needed a break because I was trying to hold the family down and help my husband go to college and stuff like that. So I neglected myself for everyone else, and in the end, I ended up by myself.
Wow. We can all relate to that, I'm sure, in some way.
In some way. Yes.
Wow. So at what point did you stop caring about who or what to blame? That was tough.
Well, let me backtrack a little bit. Yes, I did blame other people, and yes, I went through a self-blame situation because once it came to the realization that I was neglecting myself, then, the disappointment turned into anger, and what I chose to do was take that anger and make it motivation instead. And at that point, when I got to that point, it wasn't until that point that I stopped blaming other people and started thinking about what can I do. And I had a conversation, and I remember like it was yesterday, I was laying in my bed, and I looked up at the ceiling, and I said, God, if you give me the ability to walk again, I promise you I'm going to change some things. And I didn't know what all those changes were. I just knew that I needed to change some things. And he kept his promise, and I kept mine.
Wow.
And here I am. So when I did start walking again was, maybe you're going to get to that question, so I don't want to move too fast towards the show.
Well, I was essentially because what you're saying is so powerful and very authentic and passionate, and, so basically you already answered my question regarding what started you to see the light of hope and possibility. So what steps did you take to start the journey towards that light?
Well, I started to get to know me because the thing is, I never got to know me. And a lot of women, we think because we get older that we know ourselves when we don't. We stereotype ourselves in the social stigma. And I have never really fell in love with me. I always filled that void with someone or something. And sometimes it's not until sometimes God allows certain things to happen. So even though I hate that I went through that, I'm still grateful for the experience because I learned myself in a way that I had never known myself. I didn't even know my own strength until that came. I didn't even know what resilience meant until I had to be resilient to that situation. So sometimes, we can be so unfaithful. When I say unfaithful, I mean unfaithful not just to God, but to ourselves because we don't believe in ourselves enough. That sometimes in our unfaithful moments is when we have those challenges because God will allow things to happen to show you that, hey, I'm not going to let you fall, but I think you need a couple of bumps and bruises so you can learn some lessons because knowledge is power and only experience breeds knowledge. So, with that being said, I don't want to get off topic, but that being said, when I learned that I had to be resilient and I made that promise to God, I started going to church. And I didn't really just have like a regular church. I'm one of them sometimes folks when it comes to church. Sometimes I go, sometimes I don't, just to being honest. That doesn't mean I don't have a relationship with God. So I went to church on New Year's Eve at Higher Dimensions. And the pastor had told everyone to raise their Bibles up and make a confession to God, whatever you want to have done by this time next year. Well, I really couldn't think of anything. I was so grateful to be able to walk at this point because by this point it's 2006. So I was so grateful to be able to walk that I couldn't think of anything that I had to ask God for at that time. So all I could think of was I had all these journals with poems in them that I never did nothing with. So I just raised my arm and said, publish a book. I didn't put too much thought into it. I just said, publish a book. So, mind you, this is New Year's Eve. So this is December 31st, technically January 1st. So I went home and I went online and I started looking for services to get my book published. And all of them pretty much said they did the same thing, but the prices was ranging from $1,500 to $2,500 for this service. And they didn't come with any extra books. That was just for them to do it. So I couldn't afford that at that time. I had medical bills, and I was just trying to find a means of getting a goal accomplished. I didn't even think that I would be able to eat off that seed that was planted over 7 years ago that I'm still eating off of. So I went home, I did my research, found out that this is something that I can do on my own. And when I looked into it, I saw that it wasn't even a third of the cost that everyone else was trying to charge me. So I tried it out and did it. Do you know that by February 9th, which is not even 60 days later, my book was on the bookshelves in Barnes & Noble and Amazon, and I was doing book signings, and I was selling my books for $20 a pop, and you go in there with a box of 100 and sell out. God has blessed you, honey. So, it was almost like because of that promise that I made to God that if you give me the ability to walk again, I'm going to change some things. I believe that he kept his promise, and he did the same. And so in dealing with that adversity, I wanted to be able to give back. And Miss Nikki Antoine from CLXXXIV was sent me an email letting me know that she was doing this camp called Adopt a Diva. And it was for girls between the ages of 12 and 18. And they, we was on a panel, and of course we talked to these girls. And so while I was there, I came up with DIVA stands for Driven Individual That's Vibrant and Ambitious. And so the girls really liked that, but I spoke on becoming successful in the face of adversity because I had been through adversity. I had been that young girl that grew up and was molested. I had been the young girl that was raped. I had been the teenage mom that got pregnant at 15 and had a baby at 16 and still have a college degree. I had been, I had been in a marriage that I dealt with domestic, abuse. So on all those fronts, I could truly understand where the young girls was coming from, whether it be there was a witness to domestic, violence, or whether they were direct, what's the word I want to use? A victim of it. Whether they were a victim of witness, I was able to encourage them and let them know, even though those things may have occurred in your life, you can still push forward if you set your mind that you're going to be better than your past, that you're going to be better than the things you was exposed to, and that you're going to see 8 years tomorrow. Then once you decide that, it can happen. Because when I was laying in that bed and the doctors had looked my husband in the eye and told him that I wasn't going to walk again, I knew that that was not going to be my fate. And when I determined that, I believe that God, because I trusted him, he trusted me enough to bless me with the abilities that he have, whether it's my poetry, whether it's the music I've done in the past, whether it's me being able to go out and talk to these young girls and inspire them. And to this day, I keep in touch with some of the ones. I've been to their high school graduations. I've been to their college graduations. I've been to their basketball games. And those are the people I do it for, because whether they know it or not, they changed my life just as much as I changed theirs.
Wow. Well, Onney, wow. We just definitely have to digest all of your sharing and the information that you were willing to be transparent with. And we can truly appreciate that. And in thinking about our theme, and you kind of touched on it, bring good thoughts to life. Give us a few words, just a few words of wisdom you will share with our listeners at this moment, and then we're going to move on to a prosperous spirit, and we'll continue our interview with you shortly after.
Okay, well, I will say this. Never let a bad situation change you, because you have the power to change the situation. Irony is not always ugly. Experience breeds knowledge, and knowledge breeds power, and if used appropriately, power can be a beautiful thing. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. So you must determine your fate by planning for success. For those that fail to plan to fail. For every action, there's a reaction. And for every reaction, there's a consequence. So plan faithfully and let God determine your fate, and he will make your enemy your footstool and pave the way for greatness.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well, Onney, thank you so much for sharing with us on your journey to self-discovery and revelations and clarity. We will hear more from Onney later in the show. Right now, it's time for Prosperous Spirit with the beautiful, lovely Miss Cookie.
Thank you. Heaven. With my mind on spirit, I experience heaven. Holding images of heaven as a place in the cloud may keep me from claiming the heaven available to me right now. With my mind at peace and my thoughts on spirits, I experience heaven in my consciousness. I do not earn a place in heaven by doing good deeds, although doing what is loving and kind is part of my spiritual path. I find heaven as I grow in self-awareness, think clearly, and maintain a positive attitude. I surround any sense of separation, experience heaven as oneness. Moment by moment, Spirit reveals more of heaven to me. My human life is a vehicle for love and kindness, and I experience heaven here on earth. Shanie, take us to break.
Stay tuned for In the Kitchen with Miss Cookie and Quiet Storm featuring music from Karen Cobb on the Korner.
Another day, another restless night, crying myself to sleep. Another day of relentless phone calls from credit card companies demanding payment. Another day wondering if filing bankruptcy or getting one of those debt consolidation loans is the only way to go. A friend said, stop crying. Call Sharon, the debt destroyer. Sharon and her team of experts work hard to help you eliminate your credit card debt and get you and your credit back on track. No bankruptcy? No loans? Your credit card debt eliminated? I called Sharon, and her team of experts went right to work with a plan that made sense. I am sleeping peacefully, knowing my credit card debt is being destroyed and my credit is getting back on track. Have your credit card debt destroyed and get a good night's sleep. Contact Sharon, the debt destroyer, at yourdebtdestroyed.com or call 888-431-2829, extension 2.
Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money, and you better believe that we do it all with love. Okay, so something smells great is got to be that dish Miss Cookie is whipping up in that kitchen. Miss Cookie, what you got going on over there?
Thank you, Shanie, and welcome to the kitchen. We have a great recipe to feed those hearty appetites that have been working diligently on growing their minds and money. Tonight I have a basil chicken and tomato. It is a rotisserie chicken and fresh ingredients, including tomatoes and avocados, combined in this quick dish salad that satisfies and is nutrition. It's perfect for those eating or gluten-free diets. Get those pens and paper handy. Here come your ingredients. You will need 3 to 4 large tomatoes, 1, 2.5 or 3 pound deli roasted chicken, or you can roast your chicken yourself. 1 avocado, half, seeded, peeled, and sliced. 1/4 cup of olive oil. 1 lime quartered. 1/2 cup small fresh basil leaves. Salt. Cracked black pepper. Here are your directions. Cut the tomatoes into wedges and divide among 4 serving plates. Use 2 forks to pull the chicken meat from the bone. Shred into large pieces. Discard the bones and skin. Arrange the chicken and avocado slices on tomatoes. Drizzle with the olive oil. Squeeze lemon quarters over all. Sprinkle with basil, salt, and pepper. Sit down each with a cool glass of strawberry lemonade. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It is definitely delicious. And now it is time for the corner with Quiet Storm. Let's give her a smooch and a rose.
Thank you so much. I got so caught up in that I almost missed my cue. But tonight we are featuring music from Karen Cobb. She is out of Orange, California, with her album When I Look at You. As you know, we ask our team to vote whether or not the track should get a smooch and a rose, or if they need more fertilizing. This track, the name of this track coming up next is called It's All About Me. Hit it.
You say I'm playing games when I don't return your call. You say it seems like I don't care at all. You think that I'm trying to find a new neighborhood. Well, promise all the world to convince me to leave you. Well, don't get it all twisted. I'm just a girl handling a business. I don't mean to cause you pain, 'cause it's all about me, it ain't about you. Baby, the still I'm going through. It's all about me, it ain't about you, baby. You tell me over again that I'm glad in your mind. How could I be this cruel, wasting your time, leaving an aching pain that makes you scream out loud? And when you call my name, I cannot be found. I don't mean to avoid you, I'm just doing what I need to. It's time to take care of me. Yeah. So man, stop placing the blame, because I'm not acting the same. That's just the way it has to be. It's all about me, it ain't about you. Baby, the deal I'm going through. It's all about me, it ain't about you, baby. I just need time so I can just find a way to ease my tired mind. It's all about me, it ain't about you, baby. It's all about me and it ain't about you, baby. Sit back, collect all the facts and don't worry that I'm leaving you behind. Check out that my bags ain't packed and I got your back, I'm right by your side. I need to believe in me and my destiny, just give me time and help me to achieve the best I can do for my life. Me out so that I can ease your doubt, and then we'll be just fine. 'Cause it's all about me, it ain't about you. Baby, the deal I'm going through. It's all about me, it ain't about you, baby. I just need time so I can just find a way to ease my tired mind. It's all about me, it ain't about you, baby. It's all about me, it ain't about you, baby. It's all about me, it ain't about you, baby. It's all about me, it ain't about you.
It's all about me. That was the name of the track. And we are going to our panel to find out if it's going to get a smooch and a rose or more fertilizing. Who is up next? Let's go with Shanie. Yes.
Yes. Yes. I actually like that track. I'm going to give that Smooches and Roses.
Okay, Shanie. All right. Well,
it's all about me.
That's what she said.
I'm with her. It's all about me.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see who else we have and what they have to say. Let us go with Miss Cookie.
Not me. I'm about mine, but that did not hit the spot.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Too selfish? She's a bit.
I am that, but that didn't hit the spot.
Oh, no, not you, the singer. Well,
we'll have to come back another day on that guy.
Fertilized.
Right. Mega fertilized.
Okay. All right. Well, we got Smooches and Roses and a little fertilizer. Onney. Lee.
I have fertilizer on sale for $1.99. No.
Oh. More coming
No,
to the
I'm just saying.
room.
Yeah, I appreciate the art, but I do think that she could use a little fertilizer.
Mr. Ronnie.
Well, I'm going, this is a rough crowd tonight. I thought the crowd was rough last week. I'm giving her the Smooch of the Rose. What her message made me think of the movie A Star Is Born, where the once famous actor falls in love with the young up-and-coming actress, and she ends up blowing up far greater than he ever did, and he gets drunk and looks like a fool. And well, the movie was a little more. It was a little more dramatic than that, but you you get the point. But I like that. I'm going to Smooch of the Rose.
Okay. Well, we do have a mixture here. We've got some fertilizer and some smooches and roses. Something magical is going to happen. I'm going to say I liked it. If I was on a long road trip, I wouldn't turn. I'd let it play out. I like the guitars and all of that. I'm going to have to give it a smooch and a rose. I wouldn't buy it, though. Up next.
Did we hear from the Empress?
Oh, my goodness. I did not call on the Empress. You almost got away.
That's okay. I'm kind of on the fence a little bit. It was nice, like I said, but it was kind of I'm cool with being selfish, okay, because we have to be that way sometimes.
Yes.
If we don't, we forget about ourselves and we lose ourselves in the experience. So, because of that, and I don't know, I might be in this selfish mode where I'm mentally changing my mindset with things and people. So I'm going to give it, a smooch. I'm not going to give it a rose. Because it didn't give me everything I would have looked for or desired from it. But it was cool.
Well, I think you put the rose cherry on top, but we are going to go on to the next, and the next track up is called Issues. Let's hear it.
You always acted like you always had it under control. You did whatever you wanted, no matter what you were told. And now you're running lines away, can't do it your best. So I hear what you say and I feel what you mean, but I won't settle for less. Oh, you got issues and I'm through with you, so I'm walking out the door. Oh, you gotta find out what pain's about, cause I won't be back no more. Oh, you gotta get ready, gonna feel ready, cause I made up my mind. I don't need issues and I'm through with you, no more wasting my time. I could take care of all the money, but then the truth came out. You see, it never was about me. You plan to draw my loan before I even came into you. So I know what I want and I want what I need, but I won't be needing you. Oh, I got issues and I'm through with you, so I'm walking out the door. Oh, I gotta find out what pain's about, cause I won't be back no more. Oh, you gotta get there, gonna feel safe, cause I made up my mind. And I'm through with you, never wasting my time. I thought with your face to the point I could not breathe. You wanted everything from a time to my pay. So here is the deal, cause I know you ain't real, so I made you go away. So I got excuse, and I'm through with you, so I'm walking out the door. You're gonna find out what pain's about, cause I won't be back no more. You're gonna get mad, gonna feel bad, cause I made up my mind. I need excuse, and I'm through with you, no more wasting my time. I got excuse, and I'm through with you, so I'm walking out the door. You're gonna find out what pain's about, cause I won't be back no more. Gonna get mad, gonna feel bad, cause I made up my mind. I need excuse, and I'm through with you, no more wasting my time.
All right. Now that it is over, let's go to our panel. Panel, let's see. Will this get a smooch and a rose, or you know what? Miss Cookie, tell us how it is.
Back up the fertilizer truck. I like it. No smooches, no roses for me. I don't know if it's the heat from the not having air. It just didn't do it for me.
It ain't that, Miss Cookie. It ain't that.
I don't think it's that easy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I was being a little harsh, you know.
Call on
that fertilizer truck.
Like that fertilizer. It was a little worse.
Miss Onney.
Fertilizer, please.
Ooh. Shanie, the poet.
Yes, ma'am. Let me just break this all the way down. First of all, I received the message that she done. Now they got an issue. But her trying to sing that ish was that just hurt my feelings. Ooh. And I'm not only going to back the truck up, I'm going to go get Darnell's truck. I'm going to go borrow a couple other friends. Let's see, anybody else whose truck I can borrow. And that's so much fertilizer on top of that they not even going to remember the name of that song.
Ooh. Oh, my God.
Beep, beep, beep. Making it up.
Oh, gosh. Should we even continue? Yes.
Oh.
How could I? I do not want to leave out the eloquent one. That's my new moniker for you. You must accept. Empress.
Yes, ma'am. I told y'all he was having issues. I told y'all. And what happened in the second song? Right in the throat. She pulled it all out. Got deep with it. She's mad. She's an angry woman. And Keisha Cole, they say Keisha Cole makes the best song. And my girl Mary J. Blige make the best songs when they going through, when they upset and they're angry and they going through relationships. The voices, abuse, cheated on, lied on, manipulated, all that other stuff.
Oh, my God.
But this young lady right here, she's going to have to take a different avenue. Because it's not her strong suit. Might need to wait till she's back in love.
Oh. Oh,
yes. Shanie, can I borrow a couple of them trucks back? Come on, baby. Beep. Beep. I love it. Banging it up, banging it up.
Mr. Ronnie.
Wow, y'all are just too rough tonight, boy. It is a rough crowd. I'm giving the young lady a smooch. I did not like the end of the track, but I thought that she stayed in her lane, had a nice little beat going that you could have a couple of little cocky poos at the club. So I'm giving it a smooch.
American Bandstand Club.
Oh, Ronnie, you have to be different. Only man.
I'm giving her a smooch.
What y'all wait?
In her wine cabinet.
I was about to say, what did y'all get Ronnie? Because that is not acceptable.
Did you let him over in your wine cabinet?
That's where my key went to.
That's where your key went. Well, take it from him. Give him no more access to it. The boy need help.
So what time is cooking hot?
Oh, beep, beep, beep. Oh, all I can say is, if you like what you heard from Terry Cobb, you can check her out on Old Grumpy Houston.
Now, up next, Shanie's Sunshine Lounge, the interview with Onney and Voices from the East. So everyone, stay in focus, stay here, and please stay tuned.
Oh, beautiful, just beautiful. Oh, how adorable is that? Edible Arrangements has a fresh fruit bouquet to make any occasion special. Our bouquets are made with fresh premium fruit, arranged in a variety of stunning displays. Make every occasion special with Edible Arrangements. Guys, the baby's over here. Oh, all right. Okay, yes.
And don't even think about touching my edible arrangement.
For pickup or delivery nationwide, call 877-DO-FRUIT, 877-DO-FRUIT, or go to ediblearrangement.com. That's ediblearrangement.com. Yeah.
Oh, my. What a nice looking baby you got there.
Make all your special moments. Moments with Edible Arrangements.
We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money, and we do it all with love. Now it's time to visit the lounge. Shanie, take it away.
Thank you, Quiet Storm. Hey, 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 it's Shanie the Poet, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. And welcome to the Sunshine Lounge, where we feature a mixture of goodies that will stimulate your mind and maybe even have you tapping your feet. Tonight we have an awesome poet, Naja Restro. I'm tearing his name up. I'm telling y'all right now that I'm tearing it up, but it's going to be an awesome piece. Performing the heart and mind speak. DJ, that mic is hot.
This life is a game. Man, with you, my life has been changed. I know I'll never be the same, but I'll feel better. And we hope it lasts forever, but I'm trying to exit this stormy weather because I'm getting tired of the pain. Getting sick and tired of the rain. I'm just trying to stay sane. So I'm starting to see the light, starting to do what's right by wiping these tears, fixing my fears, and forgetting about the years. I love to taste it, but I swore it was so good I could almost taste it. I guess I truly never faced it. Lesson learned. No regrets, no emotional depth, so I shall re-examine my situation because this knife in my chest is beginning to burn. Realizing that what I deserve is greater than what I've earned from you. You see, I was lacking self-love, and from now on I will hold my heart with a glove. I will not fall victim to false love, mysterious love. But from now on, I will take my heart serious. Love, hand it back to the one who created it, God, for he shall write my next love story, my next and my last, giving him the glory. Yeah, right now my heart may be a little sore, but soon I won't have to worry anymore because I'll be better than I ever was before. Just excited to see what this new year has in store.
All right, panel. That was Naja Resto. I'm probably still saying it wrong, but I tried. That was an effort. Anyway, we're going to go straight to the panel, and we're going to start with Ronnie B. What did you think about that? Snap or rotten tomatoes?
I'm giving her a couple of snaps. She was on point. There was something there that I think that, could have made it blow up, but I'm gonna give her. I'm snap.
Okay. Onney.
I'm really never good at this stuff. I know, as poets, we artists and we're sensitive about our stuff, so I'm real particular about critiquing poets in such a manner. I'll give her some snaps.
Quiet Store.
Okay, I would like to give her some snaps. I hate to give her a rotten tomato, but I'm going to have to. It just fell flat for me.
Miss Cookie. Miss Cookie?
Miss Cookie had retired.
I was waiting on that. No, I was waiting on Miss Cookie. Okay, Nakia actually gonna do it for Miss Cookie too. Nakia,
yeah, because I'm not understanding this. It's just ended. I think I was listening and I got lost in.
It fell.
It just like I was looking for something that never arrived. So I can't give it much love because I love poetry. I love speaking from the heart, sharing all of that. But you have to come with it and you have to bring it home for me because when you leave it where it is, that's exactly where it's gonna stay. So I need to get some rotten tomatoes. I'm gonna take some rotten tomatoes. And I'm going to either saute it, put a little salt and pepper on it, let it marinate, and hand it on the platter. And I don't even eat potatoes.
Yes. All right. So, yes, we are artists, and we are definitely sensitive about our shit. But our chops and screws everybody up when they come to the fucking lounge because how you going to put music at the end of that, and it don't go with the piece. Like,
I missed it. I thought that was us playing music.
I'm all about speaking from the heart. I'm all about being raw. I'm all about just laying it out on the table. But come on, if you're gonna put or attempt to put music with it, do not. Why would you end it with that? They didn't even go together. It's like that was like night and day. That was like sewage and fresh water. I mean, come on, come on. I am throwing all kinds of rotten tomatoes. I'm gonna go get some fertilizer. I'm just gonna accommodate that because I'm upset about that. Like, why would you do that to yourself? That's just wrong on so many levels. Now that I said that was so not nice, and I was not intending to be tonight. In any case, if you enjoy that performance, and again, I do apologize for chopping and screwing your name because that is just so wrong. I believe it's pronounced Naja, and I still don't know that it's repo. I don't know. I'm still tearing it up. I apologize.
Thank you. Repossess. Oh.
I've tried it all kind of ways. It just ain't rolling off my tongue right. You can check her out on RugbyHouston.com and YouTube. Yeah. And now that I done just did all of that not nice stuff, we're going to run right into our interview with the awesome Onney.
Hey,
So, Onney, thank you. Yes, baby, thank you for sharing. Your willingness to share and be open and authentic has been phenomenal. In this segment, we will learn more about Onney and some of the challenges that she faced having Onney publishing and performances exceed beyond expectations. So, Onney, can you share with me an aha moment when you knew that in your heart of hearts that creating Onney publishing and performances was going to be the right thing for you to do?
Well, one is when I published my first book, and I self-published my first book. Some of my peers from the Poetry Lounge and other friends had saw the quality of it. They were like, "Oh, girl, who published your book? I need to get my book published." And I was like, "I did it." And they're like, "Well, oh, how much you gonna charge me? How much you gonna charge me?" Well, I didn't know the value of my work. Of course, I undercharged. But once I started doing it and was good at it, and my clientele started building, I realized that this is something that I actually know how to do. I'm good at doing, and I like to do. So that kind of became, my book became the template to jumpstart a company. And I didn't even know that seed, again, was as powerful as it was. But that is what started, what jump-started Onney Publishing Performances. But to answer the second part of your question, which was some of the challenges that I faced, or when did I have...
Wait. Okay. You got on some roller skates, girl. Slow down. I had a question. You about to answer all my questions. I ain't even said nothing. I want to know what the name of the book was. What was the name of your first book that you published?
It's Infinite Silhouette, because there's so many different sides of me in there. It's called Infinite Silhouette. Look it up, go copy, buy it. If you don't know how to find it, go to Onney.net. Okay, I just had to get that in there. Why are you listening?
I was like, wait. She got her roller skates on. She like, okay, I'm going to the next question. Okay, I'm going to the next question. Girl, I
didn't even know what the next question was. I just remember these things. Hey, I'm ready. Okay, so I'm ready for the next question then.
That's why
we love old country radio, because we're authentic.
Baby, yes. So tell our listeners what circumstances or people that challenged you having your business, and the difference that made you exceed beyond expectations. What are you doing to overcome those obstacles?
Well, the majority of my obstacles is just not having a team, a dependable team. And people, we focus on I and not really on team, because we want to do things, not realizing we need, a team. Well, in my process of recruiting a team, I did not use discernment in the people that I chose to recruit. And therefore, it created obstacles for me to achieve my goal, because they weren't as passionate about the vision that I had. So, one of the lessons in that I would pass to anybody as far as that particular question is concerned is when you set a goal to do something, you definitely want to team up with people that believe in your vision and also believe in you and are not supporting you for the velvet rope treatment, but they support you when nobody's looking.
Yes.
Yes. Discernment. That's the aha moment I received, was learning how to utilize the ability to discern.
And that definitely makes a difference, because when you're trying to do something, everybody is not going to see your vision the way you see your vision, and everybody's not going to walk with you because they believe in you. They walk with you because they want something, and you definitely have to be able to tell the difference.
Correct.
Oh, baby, yes, I know that. So my next question to you is, would you be willing to share a disappointment that involves working with others and still has you kind of shaking your head about it?
Yes, I could share that without using any names. I had, two.
You can tell us the names. We won't let anybody know.
I think the people that really know me and know what I've done for certain people, they'll know who it is.
Right off the bat.
And if they're
Right off the
listening,
bat.
they know who they are. So,
Yep.
I'm going to keep it classy as
Good
a
girl.
favor to them and just give my experience. Okay, I had two particular, females that I took under my wing. And one in particular, I opened doors. So actually, it's both of them, but the one that had me shaking my head the most was I promoted this person almost more than myself because I believed in their ability so much that I just felt like even if I didn't make it, you can make it. So I put so much energy into getting them through the doors that they need to get to. And when they walked through those doors, they closed them and then was like, I don't need you anymore. And I never really understood that, but whenever they would fall and they needed to knock on my door, I was always there to open it until, I realized that maybe that was a behavior of my own that I needed to fix because you can't continue to allow people to do that to you and be okay with it.
Yes.
So
yes.
When they walked away and they closed that door again, I left it that way. And it will continue to be that way because I will not be a footstool for someone to step on, to turn around and stick their gum under my stool and spit on me. I'm not going to do this.
Yes.
So now
yes,
I have to have a reciprocal relationship, which means that I know that by being friends with, I'm just going to use Shanie, for example, since she's on the show. I'll go and I say, Shanie, you've been a good friend. I love you. I'm going to go out and get you something, and I spend $500 on it. I'm not expecting for her to come back and buy me something or give me money. But if I'm in a position, because most of the time my friends, I need them for encouragement, for spiritual upliftment, to be a cheerleader or just be there. So those are the type of people that I like to be friends with because that means that she is reciprocating what I need because she's fulfilling something in my life in a positive way that is encouraging me to be a better person. So you can't put a dollar amount on that. You understand what I'm saying? But I had to learn that because I was so busy buying my friendships and being the giver that I never thought to receive. And then when I realized that they took it for granted, I was hurt. I don't know if I was hurt because maybe I did expect something in return, or at least a thank you, or if it was just a disappointment and a heartache. But either way it goes, it left a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I totally relate to that because what I found is that I'm a giver, and you're a giver. So I know that just from our experience together or whatever. But being a giver, it's hard when people do that to you because you just naturally want to take care of them. You naturally, you need my help? Okay, I'm here. You need my help? I'm here. So, girl, stop talking my story over here, Onney. So I'm going to ask you to share a specific moment where your efforts and the memories of the work you and others did still brings a smile to your face.
Well, I will say this. In 2013, I received a Woman of the Year award that was presented to me by Houston Sun newspaper. Shout out to Ms. Doris Ellis. Her son, was my best friend. He passed. Rest in peace, Lionel. And she wanted to acknowledge what I had done in the community over the years because every year for Juneteenth, I would go out and perform for Emancipation Park and, I became the editor for her newspaper for a while, pro bono, just different things that opened up other avenues for me to where it was Sheila Jackson Lee, the mayor, Al Green, just everyone was there to present this award. I got a certificate from the White House, giving me the Woman of the Year award, representing the state of Texas and the city of Houston. And that was really big for me because out of all the things I've ever done in my life, in my career, that was the first time that my mother was actually there. And so I always reflect upon that moment because that was the first time she was able to see me the way everyone else did. She had never seen the stage plays or the shows or anything that I've ever been a part of, or even came to a poetry show to see me perform. So she saw the lives of the people who changed, the awards and the testimonies of the whose lives I changed and the videos that was made. It opened up her eyes to see me in my passion in different ways. So I always reflect upon that proud moment. Not only was I proud of myself, but I was happy to finally see the pride in my mother's eyes.
Yes, to be able to see that shine.
Right.
That's beautiful.
For her to see that this is real to me.
Yes. Mhm. Well, Onney, you know we can talk forever, but it is time to hear from our wonderful, wonderful listeners. Let's hear what they are saying in the ethers. Quiet Storm.
Oh, yes. So let's check out some feedback from our listeners. And this first listener writes, Snap, snap. Just heard the show. Shanie was smoking. I like Mr. Rawls. Really personable guy. His experience getting kicked in the teeth and coming back strong is a lesson for all entrepreneurs. Don't get angry, get better, and get it done. Wish you the best, Mr. Rawls. It was fun listening to you share. Now, that was from one Michael Perez. Keep it coming, Mr. Perez. We love that comment. The next voice from the ethers is here. And let's see. This person writes, I didn't know that Lou Rawls Jr. was so accomplished. I was moved by his sharing. Nakia and Ronnie B. have a way of interviewing guests that is simply magical. I was really looking forward to Mr. Lou's interview with Quiet Storm. At the end, she always puts the cherry on top. Miss Cookie is great. I love her inspirational words and recipes. She should have her own show. Smooches to Shanie. Her poetry is sunshine. By the way, Lisa B. was deep. I didn't hear any victim in her words. Okay, now that comment came from Steve Sadowski. Steve, really appreciating your words. Please keep it coming. The next voice from the ethers, this person writes, damn, Shanie is good. And Quiet Storm always gets things rocking. The kickoff interview with Lou and Ronnie B. was riveting. I felt like I was in the room with them. It was deep. And these brothers are savvy and wise. I made that taco pie from Miss Cookie's recipe, and I had to beat off the hubby and kids. It was scrumptious. I thought you all were a little too mean with King Clicko. The music was jamming. You might be too old for it. Now that came from Patsy Jones. Well, Patsy, I appreciate it. We all do. Please keep those comments coming. And it looks like the last voice is appearing. Now, this person writes, I love this episode. Lou was an amazing guest. His authenticity was special, and his conversation was on point. You guys had me rolling with the music review. Brother Lou was a riot. This was a great show. Thank you, Rhonda Fleming. So in there. Please, audience members, keep those comments coming. We love them. Shanie, take us to break.
Actually, I'll take this one. The Empress of Faith coming up next in the segment. In the next segment, the finale with Lenora Onney Law, Food for Thought, and the Prosperity Work.
Yeah. Pay someone to give me coaching when what I need is to make more money. Let's get real. You are already making money if you can afford to pay a so-called coach to get you to the next level. Ever hear the old saying, those who can, do. Those who can't, coach. Seems like a whole bunch of so-called life or business coaches do nothing but sell the need for coaching. I was more than skeptical when it came to paying a coach to help me make more money in my business. Margaret Bassant's Elegant Coaching is about fulfilling desires now, not later, which blew me away. Week 1, I am critical, suspicious, skeptical, and disagreeable. Margaret trains us on seeing what is hidden from our view. Week 2, I am beginning to pinpoint the exact actions I take when making the moves critical to growing my business that are keeping it from growing wildly. I am less skeptical, critical, and suspicious. Margaret trains us how to put the past in the past and bring completion to decisions that are impacting our present and future effectiveness. Week 3, my company doubled its sales income and I made a lot more money, a lot more. I want more coaching. Margaret Bassant's Elegant Coaching, fulfilling desires now, not later.
Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money. And baby, you better believe that we do it all with love. Okay, so it's time for the finale. Over to you, Quiet Storm.
Well, Miss Onney, I have to say for me it has been special, definitely, having you on the show. I'm just really in a daze right now, but I love you for coming in.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Well, I just wanted to start by asking you, what challenges do you see lurking in the waters that will try to slow you down or maybe take you off the path from having your businesses succeed beyond expectations?
You say, let me just be sure on this question. You say, what challenges do I foresee?
Exactly.
Well, the only challenge that I can foresee is the economy. The economy has changed dramatically, and with that, of course, supply and demand is always affected because things that people want to do changes to what they need to do. And usually in my line of business, it's a want. I want to publish a book. It's not I need to publish a book. So when the economy is going through a downfall and jobs and money is not plentiful, then things that, the services that I provide falls under the want category, not a need category. So I am in a process of trying to evolve my business to even just doing consulting where I'm giving away the game, so to speak, for a price. That way I can spread the knowledge, still do what I love to do, and be able to survive managing my business, because right now everybody wants a book published, but nobody wants to pay for it. So, you deal with that.
You sound really resourceful.
Well, good. Maybe you'll come to one of my summits.
I need to. Well, ask you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, because I might beat you to the question. Go ahead.
You might. Definitely, you are on point. Well, let me just jump in there and say, can you share at least maybe 2 pitfalls that you've seen people fall into, especially when it comes to being consistent, either in their actions, maybe for growing their careers, their health, or their well-being? Where have you seen people fall off?
I cannot speak from experience, so I'll just use myself an example. We set these goals, and we call them dreams because we don't, instead of dreaming, we need to be setting goals and finish what we start. Everybody starts stuff and sometimes not always finish. So I would say that If you're going to start it, finish it, and stay consistent with it until you finish it. Don't put it down. It's like a book. If you put it down halfway and you stop for a couple of days, you'll probably never finish it because you lose your interest. So if it's something that you're passionate about, stay interested in it. Wake up and affirm it every day that this is something that you're going to do for you. So that is, that I hope that answers your question.
It's definitely timely, especially for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would you please share with us at least one practice that you use daily to keep yourself in action and focus on the results that you intend to produce?
Self-affirmation, as I was just saying, self-affirmation. You gotta tell yourself, even to the point where you believe it. Because sometimes the problem is we tell other people and we haven't convinced ourselves. So you have to affirm to yourself until you believe it. Whether it's you're having self-esteem issues, tell yourself you're beautiful until you believe it. If you feel like you're not smart enough, tell yourself you are until you can start seeing results that you're making better decisions. You just have to, self-affirmation is everything, because we can either talk ourselves up or we can talk ourselves down, and we can talk ourselves out of things before we even try it. It's just like I'll give you one quick example. I'll keep it quick. If you tell yourself today, I want to start my own clothing line, the first thing you're going to think is, oh, but that's going to cost too much money to do that, and I don't have the overhead, and I don't have an investor. You didn't even take the first step to go online to find out how much it would cost before you talked yourself out of it. So all I'm saying is self-affirm what it is that you want to do, and stop talking yourself out of it before you even take the first step to find out what you have to do to achieve the goal, because it might not be as hard as it seems. It took me 30 days to publish a book, and I've known people that's been writing a book for 3 years. I don't know how long it takes to write a book, but it took me 30 days. So if you're going to do it, and stop saying, I'm doing it, and do it. That's it. Affirm it, claim it, believe it, and live it. Otherwise, you're just trying to convince yourself, because you ain't convinced me. So, just keep your word to yourself. When you affirm it to yourself, keep your word to yourself.
Well said. Well, ma'am, what do you have on your plate coming up, and how can our listeners learn more about the projects and activities you are involved with?
Well, on my plate now, I am working with the More Than a Real project with Rick Shaffold, and I'll be covering the topic of resilience and and how to tap into being resilient through circumstances. So I have that going on, as well as I'm always getting invited to different panels and women's conferences. So to stay in tune with what's going on, feel free to log on to my website, because it changes from time to time. I am also in the process of transferring my business, as I said before, into a consulting where I can go out and spread my knowledge. I'm in the process of building a dependable team for that. So the only thing I can tell you is to stay tuned. I don't like to give dates because, when I give you a date, I want you to expect, and I don't want you to just look for it for 3 months and it never happens. So I'm speaking it into existence that it's going to be very fruitful for all that's involved. However, I'm not going to give a date on it. But as of right now, I'm working with More Than a Rib. And also I am taking on more clients for publishing. So if anybody's publishing, also you can log on at Onney, ONNEY.net, and you can contact me directly from there, and we can set up consultations.
Wow. Thank you so much, Onney, for being on Grow Your Mind and Money, and please come back and visit us again.
All right. Thank you for having me.
I think I smell something wonderful. What special dish does Ronnie B have whipped up for us tonight on Food for Thought?
Well, the Empress of Faith will be sharing that information tonight. So, bring good thoughts to life. If you think you're feeling better, guess what? You're feeling better. Your mind is powerful. Just imagine how you can put that power to positive use in your life. When you think of what makes you happy, it does make you happy. Think of how good it feels to love, to laugh, to give kindness and encouragement, and discover yourself doing more of those things. Thinking by itself does not make it so. So fortunately, that's where you come in. Your thinking leads you to make it so. Your thinking reminds you how great life can be and encourages you to fulfill those rich possibilities. So go ahead and be and think beautiful, empowering, enjoyable, and fulfilling thoughts. Then delight in the experience of bringing those good thoughts to life. An action I see that I can take for myself when it comes to the theme, bring good thoughts to life, is to actively be aware of my thoughts and the actions I take as a result of my thoughts. So this week, if there's anything that comes my way that tries to steal any level of joy from me or peace from me, I will find the positive through the midst of the negativity, and I will respond according to the positive outcome or experience that will come out of whatever negative experience was intended or desired to manifest. Over to Ronnie B. for the prosperity work.
Turn that lemon into a lemonade. Having good thoughts manifest your desires. What you speak is what you will reap. Your thoughts can be created. You are not the victim of random thoughts. Putting your focus on having good thoughts consistently will create a momentum of good thoughts that you can use to dissolve obstacles and build integrity. The work. Create a list of 10 good thoughts that you want to consistently pop up in your thinking that will keep you in action fulfilling your desires. Each day, say your list aloud in a mirror repeatedly until you are moved, touched, and inspired by the person in the mirror. Say this affirmation daily. I am not my mind. I have a mind, and I choose to have my mind creating good thoughts. Share your list with at least one person daily and invite them to participate. Remember, demand a miracle.
A world of peace and prosperity, one listener at a time. Until next time, grow your mind and your money, 'cause yeah, it's a beautiful thing